The Kenya Economic Update is a biannual publication of the World Bank office here in Nairobi. What it seeks to do is to promote debate and discussion on key topical issues here affecting Kenyans that will foster growth, shared prosperity, and reduction in poverty. To safeguard the gains of the past, it will be important for Kenya to maintain macroeconomic stability. But Kenya can also seek to accelerate its growth rate beyond the 5 to 6% which it has been growing over the past 5 years by looking for new sources or sectors for growth. One such sector where we see great promise is in developing the affordable housing market.
We have a backlog here of over 2 million housing units that people need to live in and that just aren't available. About 60% of the urban population in Kenya is actually living in a slum. And a lot of these people don't need to live in substandard housing. They can afford housing, but they're not able to access either the units, so the supply is not there at the right price, or they're not able to get finance to purchase those units.
Niko na family, niko bibi na mtoto. Wote wanakaa Boni. Nilikuja Nairobi kutafuta kazi. Ningefurahi sana kukaa na bibi yangu na mtoto. Lakini njoo nyumba ni kidogo, nafasi hakuna. Wanga natembelea familia yangu kama miezi 3 ikipita. Njoo at least kwa nimesave at least fare ya kwenda na kurudi na ile na za matumizi kwanza nyumbani.
So getting access to financing for affordable units is really challenging. First of all, many banks don't lend to the lower end of the market. A lot of Kenyans, in fact most Kenyans, have informal incomes, and so that also makes it very challenging for banks to lend to these customers. And finally, financing is very expensive here in Kenya, as we all know, and some of the prevailing mortgage rates before the interest rate cap above 20%, and they were variable. On the other hand, there are certain lenders who are out there who are making these types of loans, and we should definitely acknowledge that.
Stima Sacco is what you'll term a credit union, a Sacco that is really out there to make sure that all our members are able to get financing. If you're to look at the Kenyan economy, we are a country of about 46 million Kenyans. And the statistics out there speak of 22,000 mortgages. We find that statistic to be a bit embarrassing for a country of our size. And what we've tried to do is to really change that question. For example, you'd note that if you're to combine what the investment and the Sacco companies are doing, you'd notice that there are about 40,000 other mortgage-like products that are not necessarily mortgages. They could be micro-mortgages, there could be development loans, normal loans, that are actually issued out every year.
In urban Kenya, 90% of the population is renting their homes. It's only the top 10% that can afford to buy a home. What we've done is we've created a community of 1,000 homes in Athi River with all the amenities of a high-end development. But our prices start at 2, 3, 4, and 5 million shillings. And this nobody has done yet in the country. When you meet some of the customers, the potential buyers, first it's disbelief, then it's like, I can really buy a home. And it slowly digests that I won't have to pay rent again in my life if I can do this. If I have a medical crisis, I don't have to leave my house. And so how do we do that? One is that it's economies of scale. When you do have a central park, Cabro roads, basketball courts, when you share it among 1,000 houses, it becomes much more feasible. The second is there's a cross-subsidizing structure where there's certain homes we have specifically for first-time homeowners, and those are the most affordable. And the other homes are slightly more expensive, but they're available to the open market. And the open market ones subsidize the more affordable ones.